You. Are you to tell me how to eat?
I don't really hate much of anything. I hate cow's milk.
Being a former bodybuilding champion, Arnold knows a thing or two about dieting. However, he loves a good joke. So I wanted to get to the bottom of what he used to eat versus what he actually eats today. So I made a quick phone call.
Hello.
First, let's go back in time to around 1977 when Arnold published his Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. I grabbed a copy of this book around about 10 years ago when I became obsessed with bodybuilding. And as you can see, a lot has changed since. But the question is, what did he actually eat back then?
And we ate steaks, we ate 20 eggs a day.
20 eggs a day. I don't know about you, but I would not want to be around for those protein fasts. First thing to point out is that Arnold does preach a balanced diet. As you can see here, his macronutrient split consisted of 40% protein, 40% carb, and 20% fats. Arnold covers a number of different kinds of diets. However, what we're going to focus on is his muscle gaining diet because that is the one he would have spent the majority of the time in when he was not competing or preparing for a competition. He calls it the muscle gain menu plan, and he's broken it down into 3 levels. You eat at level 1, and if you're not gaining muscle or weight, you can then upgrade to level 2, vice versa up to level 3. So within each of the levels, he has breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A variety of eggs, different kinds of meats, whole milk, toast, slices of bread, salad, and even baked potatoes. So let's take a look at how many calories at level 1 Arnold would have been eating this particular meal plan. I went to MyFitnessPal to enter in all of his nutritional data based on this meal plan, not including Arnold's 2 daily protein shakes. So Arnold's level 1 diet consisted of approximately 1,850 calories, 140 grams of carbs, 68 grams of fat, and 173 grams of protein. Arnold's level 2 diet increases his calories to over 2,000, and Arnold's level 3 diet increases calories up to 2,325 with 229 grams of carbs, 73 grams of fat, and 192 grams of protein.
Get the 250 grams of protein 2 times a day, protein drinks. They will be working out for 2.5 hours, and then we will go for lunch, and then we will have again a regular steak, and then 2 hours later I will have another one of those protein drinks.
All the food options in each of those levels are practically the same. However, the maximum amount of protein he's getting from level 3 was about 192 grams. And Arnold has mentioned he used to get 250 grams of protein per day. Well, it's coming from the 2 additional protein shakes. So let's take a look at what kind of ingredients Arnold would put into his protein shakes back in the 70s. The level 1 protein shake is approximately 1,000 calories, 40 grams of carbs, 78 grams of fat, and 47 grams of protein. His level 2 protein shake increases to 1,400 calories, 43 grams of carbs, 109 grams of fat, 69 grams of protein. And his level 3 protein shake increases to approximately 1,800 to 1,900 calories, 52 grams of carbs, 145 grams of fat, and 96 of protein.
Shake it up like that, everyone will be looking kind of, what the hell is he doing now? And then, just like a bartender, and then I would drink it. And that to me was the additional kind of 30 grams of protein that I needed at that time.
So overall, as you can see, this is quite a high calorie diet, even on level 1. So without tracking all these calories in MyFitnessPal, we would have no idea how many protein, carbs, and fats Arnold was actually eating. And this is something I recommend to every client I work with so they can lose body fat, get their lean body back, get stronger and fitter no matter what their age is or how busy they are. And if you would like a simple step-by-step list of tips that you can do to get your lean body back, download a copy of my Fat Loss Secrets report. The link's in the description. So after decades of eggs, steaks, and protein shakes, did Arnold really go full on vegan?
20 or 25 years old, you get away with much more than when you're 60 years old. I would be then much more vegan. I would eat less meat and less chicken and less ground beef and all of those kind of things, and more vegetable-based food because it's healthier for your arteries.
This may or may have not been related to his former heart problems and surgeries that he had. However, he does promote veganism.
Less meat, less heat, more life.
If you go to people and say, you must stop eating meat, you. Are you to tell me how to eat?
50 years ago,
no one talked about maybe you should just get your protein from vegetables.
despite not being 100% vegan himself.
Favorite thing to cook is, of course, steak.
I do eat most of the time vegan food.
And now I eat more, like oatmeals and greens and vegetables.
Say 80% of the time vegan food or vegetarian food. And then the other 20% I eat still meats. Yesterday I had a great Wiener Schnitzel.
More recently, he's made videos of his special protein shakes.
Schnaps, aber ganz schnell. How do you get the protein as quick as possible into the bloodstream? A little schnapps directly from Austria, and you pour it in. Not too much.
Okay, so I'm not taking that particular video too seriously because if he is concerned about his health, the chances are he's not putting
Schnapps
in his protein shake every single day. So here's a more realistic idea of the protein shakes he's probably drinking today.
Here we go with the protein. You put in a little bit of this almond milk, and also for muscle soreness and sometimes bone soreness. Put the banana in. Now there's an egg, a raw egg that we put in there. Well, actually, I like to put in the whole egg. I sometimes put in the schnapps. I sometimes put in the tequila. So it just gives it a little extra flavor.
I wanted to take a look deeper into this and discover what ingredients he's using and what the calorie and macronutrient breakdown is. So according to these newer videos, Arnold's modern shake is around about 300 calories, 25 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat, 33 grams of protein. Now that's including 1 scoop of whey protein powder. In other videos, it looks like he may have some kind of deal with ladder protein, and I assume he might be using a whey protein powder or potentially a plant protein powder. So it's clear that protein shakes have been a key part to Arnold's diet for decades. I also recommend protein shakes for entrepreneurs and business owners who are quite busy and don't have time to stop and eat 2 to 3 meals a day. It's one of the easiest ways to increase your protein intake while also keeping calories under budget. And even if you're not a fan of cow's milk
I hate cow's milk.
or animal products, there is options like this rice protein from Bulk Nutrients, but there's also something else I discovered about Arnold on that phone call.
Hello. You've reached Arnold's Pizza Shop. I'm not here now. I'm out killing pepperoni.
I couldn't help myself. That was one of my favorite videos as a kid, and if you remember it, drop a comment to let me know. But there's one wildly popular diet technique that Arnold clearly does not do, and that is fasting. There are a few downsides to fasting that everyone needs to know, and if you'd like to discover what those side effects are, go and check out this video here. But wait, there's one last message from Arnie.
That for every calorie you take in, you got to burn it off. There's no one else that's going to do it for you. You got to do it.